Okay, I'm going to start the lectures. I don't think many students will join. So first of all, I would like to welcome you all in the final year. You might be knowing the timetable of your class. How many subjects are there? How many theory practical sessions are there for you? So in this particular semester, I am going to teach you cyber security subject. Okay, which is having theory and practical both. So you are having here 60 marks theory for the NSEM examination, and you are having total 3 CAE. Along with that, 1 CAE if you are failed or absent in any one of the 3 CAEs, and you are having total 7 TAEs as like your previous structure of the syllabus. Okay, for this subject, you have one practical in which we are going to cover all the assignments which are related to cyber security. Okay, so before starting with the syllabus, I just wanted to ask you some queries related to computer network. So can anybody tell me what is mean by computer network? Yes, you are having this subject in the third year. I think A or B division, both the divisions have covered. So what is computer network? If you know the computer network, then only we can start with this subject. Otherwise, I need to um, take one test that whether you are knowing with computer network or not, and then you will go for the next point. Yes, Rona has written, computer network is a group of computers that use a set of common communication protocols over a digital interconnection. Okay. Okay. So before studying this subject, you must know the computer network because all the aspects which are related to cyber security or the network security are there in this particular syllabus of this subject. Okay. So as I told you, you are having theory and practical both. For practical also, you are having external marks and internal marks as well. Means you are having external practical examination, and for theory, you have weekly 3 hours lectures. I think it is having 3 credits for theory. Okay. So we will start with the cyber security. So these are the course objectives of this course for the cyber security. So first course objective is to develop problem solving abilities using cyber security. Means here you are having a number of cyber security related algorithms like whatever are the different algorithms for encryption, decryption, what is meant by public cryptography, what is meant by private cryptography, etc. So for all those algorithms, we are having the programs in the practical session. So also in this particular subject, we are going to learn about how to solve any problem which is given. For example, a particular values are given and you have to solve it by using any public key cryptography algorithm or any other algorithm. Okay, so therefore it is given as a first objective, that is to develop a problem solving abilities using cyber security algorithms. Okay, and the next course objective is to apply algorithmic strategies for cybersecurity. As I told you, you are having different algorithms. That is, for example, RSA. You might have learned or you might be knowing some of the algorithms in computer network, Diffie-Hellman algorithms, or we can say RSA algorithms. So these are the different algorithms for cryptography. So therefore, it is given as to apply algorithmic strategies for the cyber security to secure the network. Okay. So therefore, it is the second objective of this course. What is the third objective given here? The third objective is to develop a time and space efficient algorithms. Means as in the DA or in data structure subjects, we have learned about how to find out the time complexity and the space complexity for any algorithm. Okay, you are having in case of data structure, you are having the algorithm, like for example you are performing the sorting, or we can say merge sort. Suppose we are performing, so for that merge sort you are calculating the time and space complexity. Similarly here also you have to calculate the time complexities and the space complexities for the different algorithms of the cryptography. So therefore it is a third objective. And one more new point is added in this syllabus, that is, which is the advanced topic, that is to study a blockchain technology. Here you are not having in detail, but here we are going to cover first of all the basic things about the blockchain technology, and one or two assignments or the practical assignments you are having for this particular subject. Okay, so these are just a course objective. So what is mean by course objective? While studying any course you need to know a objectives which are already defined, so that that objectives can be achieved and that can be converted into the course outcomes. Okay, means whatever you are going to learn, so there must be a particular outcomes for the any course. So what are the different course outcome here for the cyber security is are like learn the basics of security, or we can say cyber security. So this particular course outcome is covered in the first unit only. Okay, this outcome is covered in the first unit, that is you are going to learn all the basic things related to, or the basic elements of your cyber security, and what are the applications and what are the meaning of those elements. So that we are going to learn in the first unit. Next, as I told you, you are having various encryption and the decryption algorithm, and whatever basics you are going to learn, that you are going to apply on those encryption and the decryption algorithm. So that is your second course outcome. Okay. Now, what is the third outcome? That is, after these algorithms, in the third unit, you are having IDS, that is called as intrusion detection system, and the firewall. Like we are having the algorithms which are related to IDS and the firewall. So that algorithm we are going to learn in the third unit. And the next point, that is fourth and fifth unit, you are going to learn is your fourth outcome, that is exemplify the threats posed to the information security and more common attacks associated with those threats. Means you are going to learn the different types of threats in this particular unit, and how the attacks occurs, and what are the different various attacks are associated with all those threats. Sorry, not threats. Okay, so that you are going to learn in the next units, that is fourth and fifth, and at last unit you are having the concept of blockchain technology. Okay, so these are the five course outcomes. Okay, in your syllabus of this blockchain technology, and we are having total 6 units as I told you. So this is the syllabus for this particular subject. So in unit 1, we are going to learn about a basic security basics, that is introduction of cyber security, and what are the different elements of information security. Uh, then security policies, techniques for the security, that is cyber security. What are the different steps categories for this particular cyber security, then operational model of network security and basic terminologies which you are going to learn in the next unit. So for that purpose you need to know about the basic terminologies which we are going to use in the next units. So that basic terminologies are there in the first unit. Okay, from that, whenever we are going to learn any algorithm, we will use all those terminologies throughout the course. Next unit, you are having data encryption techniques and standards. So what are the different data encryption techniques? First of all, introduction. What is meant by symmetric and asymmetric cryptography? So there are some algorithms for the symmetric cryptography, and some of the algorithms, or we can say examples, you are having for the asymmetric cryptography. Then next, what is meant by substitution cipher? what is meant by transposition cipher, and so these are the two types of substitutions cipher and the transposition ciphers. These two types of algorithms you are having for this particular unit. And then what is steganography? I think some of the students might be knowing the concept of steganography, which is the one of the part in the image processing, and what are the limitations of steganography and how we can secure our data by using this steganography. That point you are having in the unit 2. Next, block cipher methods, and then sorry, block ciphers. What is meant by block ciphers? And there are different methods of the operations on that particular block ciphers. Okay, then what is crystal ciphers? These are the different types of encryption techniques that I will tell you at the time of whenever we are going to start this unit. Okay, next is what is DES algorithm, that is data encryption standard algorithm. Okay, how, what are the different steps occurs in that particular encryption, sorry, data encryption standard algorithm. Okay, and then next point is what is mean by triple DES, means which is the next version of this DES, that is data encryption standard, which is called as triple DES. How they are differ, how these two algorithms are differ, like normal DES and triple DES. Okay. And last algorithm, that is AES, advanced encryption standard. So all these algorithms you are having in the unit 2, and some of the algorithms are there in your practical assignment. Okay, means you have to implement these algorithms for the security or cyber security. Okay, this is what your second unit is. And in the third unit, we are having the concept of public key cryptography and its management. Okay, so what is in the public key cryptography? So what are the different algorithms which come under this public key cryptography concept? So first algorithm is RSA algorithm. Okay, so and it's working. How much key length means we are going to take key at the time of input, means you need to take the input, your input values and the key as an input. So what is the length of that key? Okay, and security, how much security provided by using this, what, which type of security we can say provided by using this RSA algorithm, and key distribution of RSA algorithm. So these points which come under this first algorithm of public key cryptography, that is called as RSA algorithm. Okay. And next algorithm you are having is Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm. Here also, second algorithm, we are going to learn about working of this Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm. What is the key length and the input length or input parameters which we are going to give to this Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm? How much security it is providing? That also we are going to know. And as well as we are in the examination, we will be having the questions like what is the difference between this RSA and the Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm? Why, in which aspects they are different? Okay, so these are some of the points. Next is elliptic curve algorithm, in which we are going to learn about arithmetic cryptography, sorry, arithmetic and the cryptography security. And what are the authentication methods? Authentication means what? Authenticate user means whenever two users are communicating with each other, so at that time there must be a particular method you need to follow while communicating. So that are called as authentication methods. Okay. Next, what is message digest? Means concept of message digest we are going to learn in this unit. After that, elliptic curve, sorry, algorithm, and then what is Kerberos? So concept of this Kerberos we are having in the unit 3. Next is what is X.509 authentication service. Okay. So this is the one of the type of authentication which is needed. Two users are communicating or exchanging a data in between them. So at that time, there are various methods as I told you are available. So to check whether the data coming from the sender is and authenticate user. Okay, and the data received to the receiver is also an authenticate receiver. So for that purpose, we are having the different methods. Out of that, this X point 509 is one of the techniques. Okay. And the next the concept of digital signature, which is also one of the type of cyber security technique, that is digital signature. So that concept we are having in this unit 3, implementation of this digital signature, how the digital signatures are implemented. Okay, and then after that, what is which algorithms are present again for this digital signature. So that concept we are having. Then DSS concept, which is also called as digital signature standard. Okay, what is meant by the digital signature standard and what are the authentication protocols we can use? So, okay, so that point we are having in, we are going to cover in the third unit. Next unit, as I told you, in the fourth unit, you are having the information related to intrusion detection system and firewall. So what is intrusion detection system? What are the different various algorithms which are related to this IDS? So that you are having. So you can see here electronic mail security, how the electronic mail security is provided. So what is meant by that electronic mail security? And one that is called as PGP, that is Pretty Good Privacy Protocol we are having. And then what is MIME and what is SMIME? That comparison in between both. Then what is meant by IP security? That is Internet Protocol Security. So again, which protocols we are going to use as we have studied this part in this computer network. On the network layer, we are using IPv4 and the IPv6 protocol. So the architecture of this IPsec and what is mean by that is how the security is provided by using IPsec. Okay, what are the advantages of IPsec and how the data, whenever we are transferring the data from one sender to from sender to receiver, how by using IPsec we are going to provide the security. So that part we are having in this fourth unit as an IP in the IPsec. Okay, in that IPsec you have the two concepts like first is AH and ESP. Okay, these two are the parts of the data. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, got it. And next, after that IP security, you are having the next point in this fourth unit, that is web security. Okay, in web security, first introduction and what is secure socket layer, which is present at any application. So that information you have in this unit. Then details about the secure socket layer, that is how SSL connection and the sessions occur, and what is the function of this SSL record protocol. Okay, what is meaning of this handshake protocol and secure electronic transaction. So all these points we are going to learn in the unit number 4, that is IDS, firewall, IP security and web security. Okay. And there are some sub points under it. In the unit 5, again as I told you, unit 4 and 5 are combinedly for IDS and the firewall in the course objective as I have told you. So in unit 5 mostly we are going to learn about IDS. Okay, what is intrusion detection and what is the need of this IDS system, that is intrusion detection system. What are the different types of these intrusion detection systems? How password management occurs? in intrusion detection system, what are the limitations of that password management challenges, all those points. And next point, we are going to start with the firewall. So firewall introduction, what is mean by firewall? Characteristics of firewall, what are the different types of firewalls are available, what are the benefits and limitations for firewall and its architecture, and how the access control occurs by using firewalls. Means this particular fifth unit is completely covering your 2 points, that is intrusion detection system and the firewall. In fourth unit again, also we are going to know about IP security and web security by using IPsec, how IP security get provided, and what is electronic mail security. So these 3 points we are going to learn in the unit number 4. Okay, and then as I told you, our sixth objective, once again I will show you, sixth objective is related to blockchain technology. So in the 6 units, along with the types of viruses, like you have what are the different types of viruses, what is meant by virus, and different worms, types of worms, and again which types of different attacks can be occurred. So that attacks you are having in the 6 unit, first is Trojan horses attack, and then again you can see here there are more different types of attacks are there, that is backdoor, brute force attack, what is meant by spoofing, what is meant by denial of service, and man in the middle attack. Okay, so these are the different various types of attacks which we are going to learn in the unit 6. Again, as I told you, in the 6 unit we are learning a basics concepts of this blockchain technology. Okay, so life block, first of all you must know the applications of this blockchain, so that's why I have kept this point at the first. What are the applications of this blockchain, and then we will learn one by one the concepts of the blockchain. Okay, so there are again two types of blockchain, first is private and the public blockchain, that we are going to learn in the 6 unit again. And then there is one concept of under the blockchain that is called as coins. Okay, so creation of that coins, payment and double spending of the coins. Again, there is a Bitcoin concept which is again present in this blockchain technology. So that you are having in the 6 unit, and proof of work concept is there which comes under blockchain. Okay, so all the different various methods of this POW, or we can say a proof of works, that is, so these methods we are going to learn under POW. So this is how the syllabus of cybersecurity which we are going to learn in this particular semester. Okay. So first unit again I am repeating, introduction and the basics of the cybersecurity we are going to learn, and then in the next second unit, what are the different data encryption techniques, that is AES algorithm, triple DES, and the advanced encryption algorithm. So all these are the data encryption techniques which are available in the cybersecurity. And again, what are the different types of ciphers? As I told you, symmetric, asymmetric cryptography, substitution ciphers, and the transposition ciphers. So these points we are going to learn in the second unit. In the third unit again, we have what the concept of public key cryptography. So different algorithms, that is RSA algorithm and the Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm, their differences. Again, what is in the elliptic curve algorithm, and there are different concepts which comes under this public key cryptography, or we can say public key and the management, like Kerberos X point 509 authentication service and the DSS, that is digital signature concept we are going to learn in the unit 3. All these points comes under the public key cryptography. Okay. In the fourth unit, as I told you, electronic mail security we are going to learn, and then what are the different protocols present at the network layer, that is IPv4 and the IPv6. So how the IPsec overcome the drawbacks of this network layer, the protocols which are present in the network layer. So how the IPsec provides the more security, that we are going to learn. Then what is web security? In the unit 5, we are having the concepts of IDS and firewall. And in Unit 6, we are going to learn about different types of viruses, not only the viruses, but different types of attacks. So, these concepts we are going to learn in the Unit 6 and advanced topics on the blockchain. So, there are some of the basic points or the concepts, basic concepts which comes under this blockchain technology that we are going to learn in the unit. Okay. So this is what the syllabus of your theory. If anybody want to ask anything for the syllabus, you can ask me. Then we will go for the practical syllabus. I just want to show you the which assignment we are going to learn that thing. So after this lecture, I will create one classroom. All of you must join this classroom so that whenever we want to share any data or we are going to conduct all the TAs and CAs on that particular classroom. So uh, what I suggest that all must join by today. Then I can provide you all the syllabus and these PPTs which I am going to show you in the lectures. Or anybody is having any doubt, you can ask for the theory syllabus. Okay. So let's go for the practical. So again, I have mentioned here how many hours of lectures are there for each unit. Okay. Next, we will go for the practical syllabus. Before that, what are the these are the textbooks which are available. I think you might have used this William Stallings textbooks at the time of computer network. If you are studying through the reference books, if you are not studying through the books, you are studying through the internet, then you don't know this book. I know that thing. If you have studied through actual books, if you have downloaded through the internet, you might be knowing these books. First is William Stalling, which is the best book for cyber security and the computer network. So both the points are covered in this particular first textbook. Okay. And second textbook is for blockchain, that is blockchain and the cryptocurrencies by Anshul Kaushik. You will find these books on online as well. And remaining books are like reference books which I have provided. This book, first reference book is also available in our library. And first two textbooks are available in the library. In the reference book, first book is there. Remaining two books from the reference books you will find on internet. If you want, I will share on the classroom. I have it. It's soft copy. If you are going to study through the books, then only I can share. Otherwise, I will not share. Okay. Next is cyber security lab. What are the different assignments you are having? You have, I think, total three in the timetable. There are three labs or two labs. I don't know. I think it is three or two. So lab sessions are two or three something. So in that we are going to learn this assignment. The first assignment is on. I will read it and then I will tell you what is this assignment. Client A messages. Message is to be transmitted to the client B. Means two. There is one client A which is called as sender and one client B which is present at the another end which is called as receiver. So these two are the resources, or we can say a sender and receiver are present. And then what you have to do here, that is client A message you want to send to the client B. Okay. Then by using the network resources. So what client A will do, A will encrypt the message and send it to the B. Then B will decrypt the message and demonstrate by using substitution cipher. So here, as I told you, in this second unit, you see here, second unit, you have this concept of substitution cipher algorithm. Here, in the first assignment, you have to implement that substitution cipher algorithm. Okay. In second assignment, Alice and Bob means here the two, one is the sender and another is a receiver. Suppose authorized key exchange message through the secure channel by substituting the ciphers, which is mono alphabetic. Okay, here this particular second assignment is on key exchange methods. Okay, so how the key exchange occurs in between the sender and receiver, that you are going to learn in the second assignment of the cyber security lab. In the third assignment, there are two authorized user want to communicate in secure channel. Okay, and then demonstrate the use of transposition ciphers. As I have told you, here the algorithm of transposition ciphers you are going to learn. You can see here in the second unit, after substitution cipher, you have the algorithm as a transposition cipher. So that you are going to learn in the assignment. Actual implementation of that transposition cipher. Okay. And then next, that is transfer files between two devices like phone, PC, etc. by using DES algorithm. What is DES algorithm? That is data encryption standard algorithm. Means you are going to implement here encryption algorithm. In short, I am saying what you are going to implement that things. Okay, which is the part of this second unit again, data encryption standard algorithm. Okay, which is one of the type of cryptography algorithm. Next algorithm, that is fifth one, which we are going to implement, that is client A and client B exchange the message by using network resources. Okay, and here we are going to learn about the implementation of symmetric AES algorithm. Okay, which is also called as advanced encryption standard algorithm. Okay, that you are going to learn in that particular unit. Next is, sorry, not unit, assignment. Next is Diffie-Hellman key exchange. As I told you, next unit is on public key cryptography. So how this Diffie-Hellman key exchange algorithm gets implemented, that we are going to learn in this sixth assignment, how the implementation actually occur. In the seventh assignment, you have this RSA algorithm implementation. You can see here client 1 wants to send a message to client 2. The public keys of client 2 are received from the WhatsApp server, and these particular keys are used to encrypt the message and send it to the client 2. Then client 2 will decrypt the messages with his own private key, and once the session has been established, the client exchanges the message that are protected with the RSA algorithm. Means what? Here client 1 and the client 2 are the two persons who want to share the messages in between them. So what client 1 will do? Client 1 want to send the data to the client B, suppose any message. So that client 1 will encrypt that message, okay, by using a public key. Public key means what? The key which is shared in between client 1 means both the sender and the receiver. That is, therefore it is called as public key. But the private key is not shared in between with anybody. So what client 1 will do? The public key which is shared in between the client 1 and 2. So by using that public key, it will encrypt the data. Okay. Once the client 2 receives that particular data, as client 2 also knows that public key, that client 2 will easily decrypt the data so that client 2 can view that data. Okay. So what client 2 will do here, it will decrypt by using the same public key with his own. First it will decrypt, and then by using its own private key, it will again encrypt that particular data. So which is also the concept of RSA algorithm. Means here two keys are used. First is public key at the client 1 side and private key at the client 2 side. Therefore it is called as public key cryptography algorithm, that we are going to learn how to implement that in the seventh assignment. Okay. Next is eighth assignment, that is end-to-end encryption. Okay, here you have one algorithm, that is MD5 algorithm, which is also called as message digest 5 algorithm. So implementation of this algorithm you are having in the 8th unit, and in the ninth assignment you have SHA1 algorithm. Okay. So this again you have the differences in between this MD5 and SHA1 in the further like we will take this in the theory part, the difference between MD5 and the SHA1 algorithm, which is also called as secure hash algorithm 1, that is SHA1. Okay, here we are generating hash function specifically, therefore the name is given like that. Okay, so these are the assignments. You have 9 basic assignments you are having, which are very easy to implement. And one more additional assignment we will take, which is also called as the content beyond syllabus assignment, that we will cover in this particular laboratory. Okay. So anybody is having any doubt up to here, you can ask me before starting of the syllabus. Yes. Related to anything related to your CAE, TAE or any other things, if you want to ask, you can ask. This is the overall syllabus for the cyber security, which is very easy subject to get the good score. So, and also if you will solve these examples of cyber security by your own, that is algorithms example, then you will get out mark for those questions for which I am going to give the examples, but you must know the concept or the how to solve those algorithms. So that we will cover in the lectures. Yes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. The forum is open for you. Yes. In the next lecture, we will start with the unit number 1.